Yeah, same thing. Okay, just so you know, this Menards opens at 6, so this long line is not going to be there for very long. They got it. Got it. Up, they're letting them in now. Thanks to everybody who's joining us on Facebook Live this morning. You're taking a look at the Menards at Southport Road and Emerson. Hundreds, if not maybe a couple thousand people waiting outside. They were waiting for those doors to open up at 6 o'clock, and they actually just opened about a minute early there. You see them wrapping through. So I'm going to be quiet here for just a second because we're getting ready to start the show. But again, these people have been waiting outside in temperatures in the low 30s, waiting for those deals at Menards. And again, thank you to everybody who's joining us this morning on this Black Friday from SkyCam6. Take a look at this. These are all the shoppers who have been standing outside of the Menards on the south side of Indianapolis at Southport Road and Emerson. The line was huge. It stretched all across the front of the building, back over to the side by the lawn and garden area and out into the parking lot. And I'm up here with photographer Jason Strong. Jason, look, that guy or woman, they got, I think, one of the last spots. What do you think? Yeah, no kidding. Look at all these people driving around, still looking for a parking spot in this area. I was out last night on the south side down in Greenwood, around Greenwood Park Mall, and people were battling for parking spaces, so just be careful, especially in these parking lots, because a lot of the shoppers, too, had their hands full, and they really weren't paying attention as they're walking through the parking lot. So watch out for those pedestrians, and again, everybody, remember, just be patient, be kind today when you're out shopping. But look, the doors here at Menards at Southport and Emerson opened about a minute or two early, and folks just started streaming in. And I was telling photographer Jason Strong and pilot Gary McCanya, I have been at this Menards before on Black Friday when people get in and they just start rushing into the store, and the first thing that these folks usually do, they grab rolling trash cans. Once all the shopping carts are gone, they start filling the rolling garbage cans with all of their finds. We had no idea. I had never seen anything like it. And photographer Glenn Welling and I just started laughing. But then we looked at each other and said, it's kind of brilliant, you know? I guess as long as you want to buy a trash can as well on Black Friday. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it is pretty amazing. Look at all these shoppers who are coming out. I'm going to talk to the producer real quick. Hey, Haley, are you going to be taking us anytime soon? Hey, Haley, are you going to take us again here in just a minute? This line probably, I would think most of these folks would be in the store within the next few minutes. All right. Hey, sorry, Gary. Do you want the people on the ground, or do you want me to pull up the camera? Yes, ma'am. Okay, very good. Okay, I'll turn this on here in just a moment, Gary. Okay, here we go, Gary. Well, we want to show you the Menards here at Southport and Emerson. Just crazy lines. Now, people were stretched all around the outside of this building. And it's funny because photographer Jason Strong just pointed out, look, more people keep coming. They are just driving through this parking lot, searching for spots. Hundreds, if not maybe thousands of people out here streaming into the store. The doors here at Menards opened at 6 o'clock, actually just a minute or so before. But it looks like they've kind of stopped that line at this point. I know they're regulating the flow. And I have to tell you guys, I have been in this Menards on Black Friday for RTV6 covering this. And the first thing people do when the shopping carts are gone, they grab rolling trash cans and start stuffing those with bargain tokens and dragging them through the store. It is just hilarious. So if you're going to be in this area, the Menards is packed at Southport and Emerson. As far as the Target and the Kohl's and the Meijer in the area, the lines don't seem so bad. Okay, for everybody joining us on Facebook Live, we're now giving you a look at the Target here at Southport and Emerson. We saw a small line outside a few moments ago. Their doors opened at 6 o'clock this morning. Now, Target was open here in the area last night, and it looked like they closed right around midnight. So I guess they were open 6 to midnight, but then gave everybody a time to rest and opened again at 6 o'clock. The Kohl's in this area, it doesn't look too bad, but again, that's been open all night. A friend of mine was at one of the Kohl's on the south side last night. She said the line just to check out stretched all the way to the back of the store. So if you're getting ready to head out this morning, the parking lots here around Southport and Emerson, this is what they look like around the Kohl's. Also, we've got a Home Depot over here in the Target. We checked out Meijer. It also doesn't look too bad this morning. The nutty part of this area, again, is going to be right around the Menards. Photographer Jason Strong is zooming in. Look at that. The parking lot is absolutely packed. People are still outside waiting in line trying to get in. They did let the first round of shoppers inside, and it looks like they're kind of trying to control the flow of shoppers coming in. They keep letting people run in, and then they'll stop as more folks come out with their deals, and then they let more people in. So if you're getting ready to head to the Menards, pack your patience and be ready, because it is absolutely jam-packed out here this morning. Now, photographer Jason, have you ever been here on Black Friday morning? And thank you again to everybody who is joining us this morning for Black Friday. Now, I was out there last night on the south side and right around Greenwood Park Mall. We went out right after we ate. Wasn't too bad, but I have to tell you what, by around, maybe 9 o'clock last night, it was absolutely just wall-to-wall jammed with people. And again, thank you to everybody joining us on Facebook Live. Sharon says that she is snug as a bug sipping her coffee. So lucky you this morning. You know what? I have. And I think the key is, again, not to get too wrapped up in it and just watch for the deals. Okay, producer Haley, heard you. You're going to take our shot here in about 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Tammy, thanks for joining us on Facebook Live. She says those those poor employees in there. Yeah, it's really not too bad. Most of the people that we talked to last night who were working at Greenwood Park Mall, you know, they were pretty chipper and didn't seem to mind to be there. Lynette says, no, not ready to deal with this today. I know. Ryan says you could not pay me to stand in that line. Well, and you know, think about this. It's in the low 30s outside, so it is freezing out there. they're letting more shoppers stream into the store, so it looks like the line outside of Menards should be here within the next few minutes. But you know, Jason, once you get inside, the problem is a checkout line. When we've been in here before, you know, they'll have multiple cashiers, but then the line streams all the way to the back of the building in Menards and then fans out to the right and left. So you have to stand in line quite a while. Yeah, no kidding. And it's funny, at Menards, you would think that people would be there buying tools. The dog beds are always one of the hottest things. That, socks, you know, random things that you wouldn't necessarily think of at a hardware store. Vicky, who's joining. 1 minute, producer. Am I talking over this, Haley? Okay, got it. Vicky, who's joining us on Facebook Live, says, I do not miss working in retail. She said there's no way she would shop on Black Friday. There you go. Jeffrey says Menards is always busy. Now Karen says she's heading up to Fisher's to meet her family for breakfast, and that is their way to do Black Friday. Okay, Karen, where are you going to be? You can get some breakfast for Jason, Gary McCanya, and I. Kelly says that she's glad that everybody is there so the highway traffic will be clear as she heads to work this morning. You know what, Kelly? I thought the same thing this morning on my way in. Okay, guys, so you want to head over to Greenwood Park Mall? Okay, thank you to everybody who's been joining us on Facebook Live. We were showing you the Menards here at Southport and Emerson, absolutely jam-packed. The line wrapped around the building as people were waiting to get in, but it looks like that line is now gone, or as photographer Jason Strong was pointing out, is probably now behind the cash registers, and the line in that store usually wraps all the way around to the back. But we'll be back in just a little bit. We're going to fly on over to Johnson County and give you a look at Greenwood Park Mall here in just a little bit. Thanks to everybody who's been joining us on Facebook Live. Yes, ma'am. Okay, how far away? We're flying down to Greenwood Park Mall. Hold on, Gary's talking to the tower. Okay, Haley, we're good. We're now over the mall. They can take us. We're now over Greenwood Park Mall.